Hey everybody, my name is Paul Gretsch. I am Ghoulie Ghoul Productions. You can call me Ghoulie for short. I'm working on a film called The Spider in My Room, which is a film that is inspired by my mother and also a lot of experiences I've had with filmmaking over the years, as well as bringing in a lot of things that have inspired me through my childhood until now, like Gumby and The Nightmare Before Christmas. I was always really obsessed with stop motion animation. So I want to make a film that incorporates both live action and stop motion animation. This is actually one of the biggest ones I've actually done on my own. I've worked on many different films in the past, and I've won a couple of awards over the years. But this is my baby. This is all me, and I am making everything from scratch. I'm turning my apartment into a animation studio, really. A lot of friends who are artists are going to be involved in this. Everything is going to be original. Obviously, you can see I'm using Jack Skellington as an animation test, but of course, he's not going to be in it. Everything, every character, and all the music, like I said, is going to be original. And I'm super excited to bring in my friends who are musicians in on this project. Everyone from people who do costume design to painting for the titling, everything is going to be original. Basically, this is a story. I'm categorizing it as a fairy tale, really. It's about a young boy who went through a hardship, losing his mother, and he moves into a new city. Not sure exactly if I'm going to really say what city it is. I don't think it necessarily matters, but it could be San Francisco because I've lived here for 20 years this year in June 2024. And it's going to take some time. I am going to take my time on this because I am inspired by so many landmarks in San Francisco, as well as growing up with childhood memories. Our parents had a wishing well growing up, and we had one in our backyard. And when I worked at Starbucks back in the day, I did a chalkboard painting with this boy that walked up to a wishing well. It was for a new promotion that they were doing, and it ended up being an art show. And I wanted to incorporate that image in a three-dimensional story some way. So I was able to incorporate it into the story, The Spider in My Room. So yeah, so basically he's a young boy, has a hardship with his mother, losing his mother, and he moves into a new city, and he gets into a new place, and it's not necessarily everything that he thought it was going to be, because things start getting moved around, and weird things start happening, and it's kind of a magical movie. But I'm not really going to say too much about it, but overall, it's going to hit every emotion. I want it to be fun, but I also want it to be a little spooky. Tim Burton has always been a idol for me growing up, obviously Nightmare Before Christmas, and as well as Steven Spielberg, but and I'm not trying to be either or copy, but at the same time, it's stuck with me ever since I was a kid. So building this set has been so much fun. It's still a lot of work. It's been maybe 6 months now, and I come up with certain ideas every now and then as we go. But, working with one person, and well, I probably have a skeleton crew of about 5 people, so. But, just utilizing everything. And, the thing with this type of animation, especially stop motion, it's kind of a one-man show in some ways. Unless, it's this humongous production. But this isn't going to be huge, but I definitely want it to be able to get submitted into maybe a couple film festivals or whatever. And if not, it's just a bunch of fun making. And I think it's important getting artists, local artists, involved. I have a lot of really amazing mentors in my life that have been helping me along the way, and as well as a lot of friends. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of friends in this, but for the lead characters, I definitely I want to do a kind of a casting call, and it doesn't have to be a professional actor, but definitely, student actors who are, inspiring actors that want to get into acting and all that stuff, because, you can't necessarily hire out your friends to do this kind of stuff all the time, because, shit never gets done when you do that. So, but overall, The Spider in My Room, I don't know exactly when it's going to be coming out. It's all about making sure the animation is done properly and right, and stabilizing the set itself, because you can't have anything move. And I mentioned before, of course, the music's all going to be original. So the hardest part is going to be animating the spider. And in fact, I am planning on bringing real spiders in to this film, since it is going to be a live action film. So I'm going to be facing some of my fears here, and I'm going to be holding some spiders, but that's all part of the thing, right? And spiders are cool, but they're a little intimidating to some people. So, and I think that's the beauty of the story all in its own, is because it kind of really is about just facing your fears and also accepting things the way they are, or how your life has come to be what it is at the moment, and going with the flow, and not being afraid. So yeah, there is a moral of the story. Basically, the moral of the story is, be happy with who you are. I mean, we've heard this before in many, many, many films, but the way that this one is going to be told is going to be very magical, and that's why I definitely want to take my time on this. So, I am Paul Gretsch, Ghoulie Ghoul Productions. You can call me Ghoulie for short. The Spider in My Room.